Welcome to Rewire Yourself Rich, the podcast for the woman who's done with temporary bullshit mindset shifts and ready for a full nervous system level identity upgrade. The woman who knows she was born to transform the world with her unique superpowers. I'm your host, Kelly Pender, wealth identity rewiring expert, intuitive mentor, and creator of the Rich Coded Method. In our world, we don't manifest like needy ass bitches. We re-encode the big fucking deal wealthy woman back into yourselves. We shift your DNA to remember who the fuck you are. Ready to become rich coded, getting paid to exist? Let's fucking go. I threw a $15,000 content and sales strategy in the trash and installed these 3 signals instead to collapse 10K months into 10K days. Listen, I gotta tell you something just so real, raw, and blunt. It does not matter what strategy you have. You can have the best fucking strategy in the world. You probably already do. I did. And the thing is that who you are being as you are implementing that strategy, as you are selling, as you are creating, as you are sharing, as you are speaking, as you are leading, is what actually creates the results. And here's how I was and how so many of my clients were. You have the fucking strategy and you have your brilliance, your God-given gifts, your wealth weapon. You quite literally are fucking magnificent. Okay. You know that. But what's happening is when you are not allowing yourself to shamelessly sell, when you're not allowing yourself to say the mission, the message that your soul came here to share with the world because you're afraid of triggering people, you're afraid of being disliked, you're afraid of being misunderstood, you're afraid of being judged, yet all you fucking want is more visibility, more eyes on you. You actually probably want to go viral. You want to be seen. But the thing is, if your body doesn't feel safe holding judgment, holding people not liking you, holding people projecting onto you, because yes, that is very real. Yes, that does happen. If you do not feel safe holding that, then you're not going to have the capacity to hold the income, the wealth, the fame, the visibility that comes with it. And this is why it is so important to close the gap on your identity from who is actually running the show, who is actually leading your movement. And I want you to get so fucking real, raw, and honest with yourself, because I wish someone illuminated this to me years ago to save me precious time, energy, and resources. But projector 3-5, trial and error girly, I fuck around and find out. I do all the trial and error for you. So I know what works, and not what works for me, what works for fucking you, because you have your own unique energetic blueprint. Nothing is one size fits all. There is no one size fits all strategy for you. And guess what? There is no one size fits all identity for you. There is no one size fits all frequency for you. There is no one size fits all belief system for you. It's not one size fits all. It's your way to success. You are the strategy. You are the frequency. You are the motherfucking one. You're just not seeing it yet. You're not seeing yourself as the one yet, as the leader of your disruptive multi-million-dollar movement yet. And okay, let me just quickly share the story of this content strategy and sales strategy that I had, that I invested a lot of time and a lot of money into. Okay. And this was, no shade or whatever, but this was based off of someone else's strategy that worked for their specific energy. I just told you I'm a projector, so I do not have that much energy. I get my energy from you. I source my energy from you. That's why I can be like, oh, I'm tired, and hop on our mastermind call or hop on a masterclass. And I'm like, ugh! It's like I plugged in to the light, to the source. All right. And so it took me a long time to know that about myself. And this specific content strategy, it was a very specific structure. There was a whole scripts in the DMs, scripts in the content. And the sales strategy was specifically sales calls. Okay. I implemented that for about a year and it was exhausting and I never actually liked it. I was never on board with it. Did it work? Yeah, sure, it did. Could it have worked 10 times more potently, powerfully? Could I have 10x my income and my success if my identity, if my frequency, if my seduction signals were all the way the fuck on? Yeah. But I didn't want to run my business that way. I didn't want to run my business based off of a sales call structure and strategy. That does not fit my energetic blueprint, my human design, nor does it fit my lifestyle. With 2 kids, 4 and under, no, I do not have the time and I do not have the capacity and I do not have the bandwidth for that. And so because I was applying someone else's strategy, although it worked for them, although it did convert, it wasn't me behind it. And I felt myself trying to pigeonhole myself, cram myself into this strategy, into this box to sound a certain way, appear a certain way. And I wasn't behind it. I wasn't fully behind it. Like the truth of who the fuck I am wasn't fully behind it. And because I wasn't fully behind it, I wasn't being fully expressed. I wasn't saying what I came here to say. Like I came here to trigger people and not in a mean, nasty way. I came here to trigger people to illuminate their God-given gifts within them, to activate other people. I know that. But this specific content strategy and sales strategy that I was following, it was like I had a shield over me. I was basically filtering myself, censoring myself. I wasn't saying what the fuck I want to say. You hear me on the podcast all of the time. I'm very expressed. I'm raw. I'm savage. I say it like it fucking is. I'm very blunt. Okay? And I wasn't showing up that way in my content. I wasn't showing up that way in the way I was leading. I wasn't showing up that way in the way I was speaking. I was operating completely as, to be honest, the mentor who gave me that strategy. I felt like I had to be them in order for it to work. And I want to hold space for you and just pause here for the cause, because if you felt that way, girl, you're not alone. And I'm going to be so honest with you, because I'm here to break the motherfucking rules of the industry and to allow you to pave your own pathway to create your own industry. That is programmed in the coaching industry. That is so deeply subconsciously programmed. And once you see it, you can't unsee it, right? Where it's like, I have the strategy that's going to save you. Although we love strategy, we do not lead with strategy. Rich coded women are frequency first, strategy second. Why? Because we do not look at strategy to seek safety in strategy. That's when everything falls flat. That's when it feels like you're chasing the sale. That's when it feels like you're pushing a boulder up a hill. That's when it feels like you're like, oh my God, I'm like fucking burnt out from creating content 24/7 and I'm still not seeing the influx of sales that I desire. Yeah, because you're leading with someone else's fucking strategy that doesn't even feel good for you. So we can't feel you. Your audience, your soulmate clients, me, I can go on your Instagram right now and see in 22 seconds if you're signaling a silent no or a silent yes based off of if I can feel you or not. And a feeling comes from your frequency. Where does your frequency start? It doesn't start outside of you. It doesn't start in someone else's strategy. Your frequency is formed within your body. And here's what I want you to know. You are the living, breathing embodiment of your body of work. And so when you are just so in it, in your body, you're like, ooh, my body of work is the best thing to exist on this planet. in this dimension. My body of work is the shit. My body of work is life altering. I know who the fuck I am. I know what I stand for. I know what I stand against. And I didn't come here to be liked by everyone. I came here to lead. And I am perfectly fine if other people dislike me. I'm perfectly fine if other people judge me. I'm perfectly fine if other people project their shit onto me because I know who the fuck I am. And this doesn't make me wobble. This doesn't shake me. This doesn't break me. This is how I lead. And from here, you shamelessly sell. From here, you shamelessly serve. But we can't motherfucking shamelessly sell if you feel shame around who you are, around the way you speak, around the way you dress, around the way you lead, around your body of work, thinking it's not good enough because it's not making X amount of money. Rich coded women do not wait for permission from money to then decide their body of work is the best thing to exist in this dimension. We do not wait. We decide. You decide. Okay? And so many women have all the strategy, sales strategy, content strategy, messaging strategy. You've already been in so many motherfucking masterminds around messaging, around content, around sales pages, around business. You already got that locked and loaded. You're very equipped. I'm laughing because you may hear my kids screaming as they're playing in the background. And so here's what I want you to know. You already have all of the tools in your tool belt. The only thing that you need to fill the gap is an identity that operates and leads for you. Okay. And so I do a lot of seduction signal sales audits, and I see so many women showing up like you're fucking doing it. You're showing up, you're creating content, you're leading, you are doing it. However, you're unknowingly operating at about 33% when you're meant to operate at 111%. Okay. And so the reason that you are coming off as a silent no is because there's an underlying current of shame, like I said. And this shame stems in your body. Emotions are stored in our body. And what does shame look like when you show up to do an Instagram live, when you show up to do a face to camera video, when you show up to do a TikTok? Your shoulders are a little bit hunched. It's very subtle, but I can see it like that. Your shoulders are a little bit hunched. Your chest is a little caved in. And what happens, the way that you speak is like so many words. Why? Because you feel like you have to convince, you feel like you have to over-explain so that people get it instead of deciding that you fucking get it. And that is the biggest identity gap that I see within women before they come into Rich Coded. It's the shame in their body. It's they're operating from this proving energy, from this convincing energy, from this I need them to understand so that they buy. And we're so subconsciously driven by money, by sales, that you're repelling your soulmate clients that actually want to fucking work with you. And so this podcast episode is going to help you to no longer unknowingly operate as a silent no and to become a silent yes. Because there are so many women circling your field right now, whether you know it or not. There's so many women viewing your Instagram stories right now, watching your TikToks and saving them right now, watching your Instagrams. You have so many silent lurkers you don't even fucking know. But I'm telling you right now so that you know that there's people watching, that there's eyes on you, that there's people who want to work with you, but there's a difference between people who admire you, people who want to work with you, and people who are like, fuck it, I fucking love you. I'm in. I'm all the way the fuck in. Balls to the wall, balls deep, let's go. How do we close that gap? We get to implement these 3 signals that most women are missing. And this is exactly what I'm teaching you inside the Silent Yes. And here's what I want to circle back to with my story around strategy and the 15K strategy I threw in the trash. So I no longer invest in strategy. Why? I already have the fucking strategy. I invest in identity. I invest in the identity of who I'm becoming, who I desire to become. And I've been investing with the same mentor for the past 2.5, maybe 3 years now. And I only invest in 12-month masterminds now. Why? Because so much can fucking happen in 12 months. And also when you zoom out, it's like a year is nothing. 6 months is nothing. It's like a blip in the radar, because what we're doing is we're playing in decades. You're leading a legacy that's for fucking decades and decades and decades to come. Right? So when I say I'm all in, I'm balls to the wall, I'm balls deep, this is why I invest in 12-month masterminds, in 12-month mentorship. Because guess what? That used to scare the fuck out of me. I only invested in 3 months max. 6 months was scary as shit. So of course 12 months was like, but once I began to see, oh, wow, I've normalized investing in myself in a 12-month container because I wanted to fuck around and find out and see what it felt like. And now this is my standard. Now this is how I lead. Now this is how I move. Because I no longer, here's something I used to do when I was a strategy slut. I couldn't, because I was operating as the identity, as the boring basic bitch, boring basic broke bitch. I couldn't see myself investing in a 6-month or a 12-month container because I was being a strategy slut, looking at everything outside of me to save me, looking at strategy to seek safety in it instead of looking within myself, creating capacity in my body to actually hold the wealth, fame, and visibility I desired. And so, excuse me, I couldn't commit to a longer container because I was so fucking busy strategy hopping. Like every month, it was like a new strategy. This was a few years ago. Every month, it was a new strategy. And then I would see a Facebook ad and I'd be like, oh, this woman is making X amount of money. Maybe I need what she has, right? And it was like this, it was, honest to God, it felt like I was a drug addict where I was like, what's my next hit? What's my next quick fix? Do you think that you can build a lifestyle off of these quick dopamine hits, off of these quick fixes, which it's like you can ride a high for a second and then guess what happens? That high is gonna crash and burn. And then when I would crash and burn, I'd be like, okay, where's my next quick fix? Where's my next dopamine hit? Where's the next strategy? Where's the next coach? Where's the next mentor? So of course I wasn't really implementing. Of course I wasn't really learning. I was too busy looking at everyone outside of me and every strategy outside of me to save me. My identity was in the fucking trash. Guess who I was? I was operating as the struggle identity. The person that no matter what she implements, it's just hard. It doesn't work. I have to push. I have to chase sales. That didn't fucking feel good. So what did I do? I stopped looking outside of me. I looked within me. How was I operating? Who was I identifying as? Who was I being? My frequency was dripping, improving energy. Ooh, sorry, I keep burping. Someone's releasing resistance. My energy was dripping, improving energy. I need to prove myself so that people get me, so that they buy. I was a silent no. I was repelling my soulmate clients. And so, like I said, I threw that strategy in the trash because I was like, fuck this. This doesn't even feel good for me. And honestly, I'm going to be so honest. That was the best $15,000 lesson. I don't regret it. It was a lesson. And look what I now learned, and look at my body of work that's created a movement from that lesson. And I'm sharing this with you because so many women are like, I shouldn't have invested in that. Fuck, what a waste of money. Was it? Or was it a lesson that was meant for you to more deeply embody your body of work? Because that's exactly what you're going to be leading your soulmate clients through. And guess what? You've mastered it. You've made it through on the other side. So you are the one. You are the one that they want to be led by. Okay? And so I'm sharing that with you to alchemize any regret, any shame around any prior investments that you made. Because I know that it's allowed you to become a more embodied, grounded leader. And that is the goal. That is the goal. So anywho, I looked within myself, held up a mirror. We know the mirror concept if you're in the Rich Coded world or if you have the Rich Coded book in your hands. And I just had a come to Jesus moment with who I was being, how I was leading, how I was operating. And it wasn't great. And this is what so many women avoid doing because they're like, oh, I don't want to look at it. It's really not that big of a fucking deal. And it doesn't take years to quote unquote fix. It doesn't take years to heal. It's not a big deal. We can look at it. We hold space for you. We alchemize those emotions. We break you free from the chains of the past where you're unknowingly operating from an identity from the past, creating the same fucking results. Like that. We shift you on the spot like that. Because I can see what you can't see. I can see what belief systems are running the show. I can see the frequency that you're emitting. I can see where your body doesn't feel safe being seen, being visible, triggering people, where you're holding back, where you're censoring, where you're filtering yourself, where you're not fully expressed, that you're not even aware of. And this is what closes the gap from the current identity you're operating out of to the rich coded identity. To the woman who creates illogical results. To the woman who collapses her monthly income into a single motherfucking day. Okay? To the woman who makes the impossible possible. To the woman who becomes a best-selling author. To the woman who leads her globally known and recognized movement. Who goes on tour, infecting millions, impacting millions of lives, and making millions. This is who you are. And the question is, are you leading as her, or are you leading as the woman who is choosing to struggle, who's choosing to chase sales, who's choosing to prove herself and convince because she's actually afraid of being misunderstood and disliked? Notice how I said choosing, because the choice is yours. It's always been your choice. It was never your mentor's choice. It was never your coach's choice. It was never your partner's choice. It was never your family's choice. It was never your best friend's choice. It was always your fucking choice. And so who are you choosing to be today? How are you choosing to lead today? All right. And so these seduction signals that I began to turn all the way the fuck on in my content and how I create, how I lead, those seduction signals are on. You see them when I take the stage. Even if you saw me in a reel taking the stage, you see my body language. These seduction signals are in your body. It's your body language. That's why I can go to your Instagram right now without the sound on and I can see what signals are in your body. I can see what signals you are emitting like that, right? They're subtle, but woo, they are powerful and they are game changers. And this is where you go from convincing to conviction. This is where you go from feeling shame around who you are, shame around your body of work, to shamelessly selling. This is where you turn the audacity dial all the way the fuck up. Where people quite literally hire you because of your level of audacity. I just had a one-on-one client hire me because of my level of audacity. And you're over here worrying about your work not being tangible enough. Pausing for the cause. Saying it with love. I call you out to call you forward because I see where you're operating. I see these stories that are keeping you tied to an old identity, creating the same results. The ones of, I just don't know how to share and explain my body of work. I just don't know what to post today. I just don't know what to say. Yes, you fucking do. All of that is a lie. And all it is your brain associated with your body protecting you from judgment, being disliked, being misunderstood. Okay? And we are here to clear all of that out, to build the capacity in your body to hold the wealth, the fame, the visibility that you desire. And we encode the rich coded identity for wealth, fame, and visibility to respond to you. All right. And so we are implementing these 3 signals that no one else is fucking teaching. I am. And the cool thing is that when you have these signals on, when new people find you who've never seen you, never heard of you, in 0.001 seconds, they're like, oh, her, you, I need to be in her world. I need to be led by her. She's the one. I'm in. How can I work with you? Okay. And this is exactly what I'm teaching you in the Silent Yes. This is a 14-day, 2-week mini mind identity activation for you. If you're done proving, convincing, overthinking, operating from your mind, Lady Logic, who's like, I don't know what to post today. I don't know what to say so that people buy, so that people get me. Done with that. Done with that. And you're ready to become the woman high-end buyers instantly think, I'm fucking in, before you pitch, before you launch, before you drop a link. Okay. And we're going to install the 3 signals that so many of you are missing. Not anymore. Because your next income and visibility level, it's not waiting on another strategy. It's waiting on who you are being. Right now it's $27. This has been in the works of me releasing this program. I taught it for the very first time on stage at Rich Coded Live. It's a chapter, the final chapter in the Rich Coded book. And now we get to go balls to the wall deep in the Silent Yes. It's going to become a $222 mini mind. Honestly, this is going to be valued at over $5,000. DM me the word yes, and I'll send you the details. Not that you need them, because you're already fucking feeling it. And when you feel it, guess what happens? You move. And this is exactly what I'm going to be teaching you. Because again, your soulmate clients, they, honest to God, they don't give a fuck about your content. It's not your content that moves them. It's how you make them feel that moves them, that activates them emotionally, subconsciously, and then what happens after people are activated? They buy. They move into your world. Okay? Woo! Can't even wait. I love you so much. The link is also in the show notes, in my bio. It's everywhere. DM me the word yes. I'll see you inside, you big motherfucking deal. Mwah. If you loved this episode as much as I did, please take a screenshot and tag me on Instagram so I can share you and your incredible body of work to my network and celebrate you. And as a special abundance gift, please give us a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts. Take a screenshot, send it to me on Instagram, and I'll send you my sexy sales hypnosis to rewire yourself rich in your sleep.